And we are live on YouTube.
Awesome. All right. Welcome to our second half of The Devil Wears Prada. And we're going to um, pick up where we left off from last week. Although one of our number is 6 today, so we're going to reassign Simon's lines to
And they're
7.
loved. They're missed and they're loved, Simon.
Yes.
So hopefully he's feeling well enough to at least be able to watch it later. So,
Yeah.
but we're going to go ahead and start with some introductions in case you haven't heard the first half, and then we'll jump into our script. So, let's start off with Aubrey.
All right. Hi, I'm Aubrey. I will be playing the role of Emily and also filling in for Simon, playing Christian and also doing actions and descriptions. My pronouns are whatever you want them to be. I don't care. And I mean that literally. When I say that, I'm not being glib. I really don't care if you call me a he or a she or what, because I am all and every and any. So that's just what
You're
I mean, just for
perfect. You are
clarification.
perfect.
Perfect. I'm an experience. I'm an experience. That's what
Are.
we are. And yeah, I'm in Northern California, and you can find me either on Spotify because I write music and make music, or you can find me here, or you can find me on various YouTube channels.
Awesome. Let's go to Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah Butterfield. I am in Kansas City. I'm she, her, and I'll be reading for Andy. And you can find me on Facebook and Instagram under hannahbutterfield.actress. And yeah, I think that's it.
Awesome. Let's jump down to Heather.
Hello, all. My name is Heather Lee Cameron. I'm an actor, I'm a writer, I'm a creative freelancer. I live in Lethbridge, Alberta. I will be playing the role of Miranda Priestley, the Queen Devil herself. I love it.
Do you want to share where people can find you on social media?
I identify as she, her, but I love everyone unconditionally. And by the way, happy Pride to all those who celebrate. Yes, and I can be found on Facebook at Heather Lee Freelancer, YouTube at The Storm and Latter-day Saint, and Instagram at Heather Lee Cameron. I love you all. Enjoy the read.
Let's jump down to John, who's playing quite a lot of roles today.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm John Gomez from Manila, Philippines. My pronouns is they, them. And I'm playing the role of Stephen, Marty, Roy, Oscar, Nate, Massimo, Bellman, Herb, and editor.
And also Doug, if you would.
Yes, and happy Pride also to my fellow LGBTQ people.
Awesome.
I really, really love people.
Do you have any social media things you want to share?
That's it. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Then off to Vicky.
Hi, I'm Vicky Dykes. I'm in Penhold, Alberta, up in Canada. I go by the pronouns she, her. And today I'm doing a lot of action and description. Nigel, Cassidy, Barista, Lily, beauty editor, and Hannah. You can find me on Facebook under the name Vicky Dykes, and I'm on Instagram. I'm YogaGramma10.
Awesome. And I am Kat Wilson, she, her, Gig Harbor, Washington. I'll be doing some of the action descriptions also, and 2 small parts, Intercom and Jacqueline. And when I'm not here, you can find me on Facebook with 2 households in Fair Corona, a Shakespeare reading group. We're going to jump into our script. This is the second half of The Devil Wears Prada. If you haven't seen the first half, just a quick recap. Young, sort of naive, but very smart and capable journalist named Andy, looking for a journalism job, but what's available is an assistant job with a fashion magazine. So not much journalism there. She manages to get the job, impresses Miranda Priestley with just her character. and finds out real quick that Miranda's a really tough boss to work for, very demanding. And Andy's trying to juggle her new job along with her own social life. And as she becomes better and better at her job, she kind of gets worse and worse with her social life because they all think she's kind of sold out her soul to working for this cutthroat magazine. And we left off with Andy being just having been promoted to the job of handling the book, which is where Miranda Priestley, the editor of the magazine, does all the proofreading and stuff before it goes to press. And that's usually the second assistant's job, but she had to earn it. So that's about where we're going to pick up. And then we'll see what's going on with that next. So I'm going to go share our screen here. And here we go. And let me know if that's an okay size. Does that work for folks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we just left off with Emily telling Andy that it's very important she does exactly what she tells her to do. All right. We're going to pick up with actions and inscriptions, and that looks like me. Interior runway night. We hear Emily's voiceover as we see this happening.
You wait at the office until all the department heads have submitted their pages and the book is assembled.
We see Andy waiting. The area around Miranda's office is totally quiet. Interior Miranda's office night. Andy drifts in and looks at Miranda's office. The pictures of her with everyone from Desmond Tutu to Paris Hilton. Then Andy walks over to Miranda's pristine white couch. Sits on it. Hell, why not? Lies down on it. Gingerly, then, "Book's ready!" And she jumps off the couch like she's been caught naked. Interior runway night. An editorial assistant brings Andy the book. It's heavy.
Then you take Miranda's dry cleaning from the closet.
We see Andy do this, about a dozen garments on hangers. Exterior Elias Clark night. Andy walks out trying to juggle the book and the dry cleaning.
A car will be waiting for you.
Roy opens the door for Andy. Interior town car night. Andy whisks across town. It's late, the streets are quiet. Exterior Central Park West night. Andy swings down the street feeling pretty confident.
When you get to the apartment, the doorman will have your name and he'll let you up.
Interior Miranda's lobby night. The Beresford, a white glove co-op building on 81st and Central Park West. The doorman directs Andy into the elevator.
All you have to do is open the door, step into the foyer, hang the clothes on the hook, and leave the book on the table.
Interior elevator night. The elevator man lets Andy aboard, presses the button for the penthouse.
The important thing is just do those two things and leave. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. Miranda does not want you to disturb her evening in any way.
Flashback to interior runway day. Andy looks at Emily.
You sure you got all that?
Of course. Book, dry cleaning, hook. A monkey could do that.
She smiles. Flash forward again to the interior elevator night. Andy waits. The book and the dry cleaning are heavy. She tries to adjust the weight. Interior hallway night. Andy steps into the hallway, dimly lit, with high ceilings and huge moldings. Miranda's door is at the end of the hall, and for some reason, Andy finds her heart is racing. She opens the door. Interior Miranda's foyer night. In contrast to the blinding brightness of Miranda's office, her apartment is dark, shadowy, and the ceilings are ridiculously tall. Andy steps inside, her footsteps echoing through the foyer.
Dry cleaning on the hook.
She looks up, sees a hook, and is about to hang it when she sees another hook. Or is that a sconce? She scans the hall. Wait, no, that's the hook. No, is that a gargoyle? She picks the one that most looks like a hook, hangs it dry cleaning. So far, no disasters, and she lets out a breath of relief.
Book on the table.
And you guessed it, there are 2 tables.
Shoot.
Suddenly, she hears a noise. It's a girl of about 8 walking into the foyer, one of Miranda's daughters, Casey, carrying a violin and a bow. Andy freezes. At first, Cassidy's face is blank. But then Andy smiles, so Cassidy smiles.
Hi.
Hi.
And Cassidy points to one of the tables using her bow.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Cassidy smiles, the briefest of moments between them, and then suddenly they hear voices. Miranda and her husband Stephen are in the living room, a sliver of which is visible from the foyer. Their voices are low, but we can hear.
What did you want me to do? Walk out in the middle of a photo shoot?
I sat there for almost an hour.
We were in a loft near the seaport. My phone didn't work. I told you.
And I knew what everyone in the restaurant was thinking. There he is, waiting for her again.
And as he says this, he stops, curious. There in the hall is Andy, frozen, with Cassidy smiling at her. And before Andy can stop herself, her eyes float over to Stevens. Eye contact. Her heart does a flip, and her eyes dart over to Miranda, and they make eye contact as well. And Miranda gives Andy a look of utter coldness, disgust, and judgment, harsher than any look Andy has gotten in the office. Interior elevator night. Andy gets in, heart pounding. Interior Nate's apartment night. Andy crawls into bed next to Nate. He takes her arm and wraps it around himself.
You're shaking.
I'm okay.
But she's unable to relax or even to close her eyes. Interior runway day. Andy walks in, already bracing herself, and runs into Emily, emerging from Miranda's office, very upset.
Okay, before you start freaking out, it wasn't such a big deal. Cassidy said hello, I said hello back, and then I glanced into the living room.
You glanced? Why were you glancing? Who said anything about glancing?
You're right. I made a mistake. I don't know what I was thinking. It was so stupid.
You can't do things like this to me. If she fires you, that'll jeopardize Paris for me.
She's going to fire me?
I don't know. She's not happy.
And they hear Miranda's voice ringing out from the office.
Andrea.
Andy and Emily exchange a look. Oh boy. Interior Miranda's office day. Andy walks in, apprehensive.
I'm really sorry, Miranda. I was nervous and
I need the new Harry Potter book for the twins.
Great. I'll just run down to the bookstore and...
Did you fall and smack your head on the pavement?
Not that I recall.
We have all the books. The girls want to know what happens next. I heard the manuscript just came in, and the girls need something to read on the train to their grandmothers.
Fine. No problem.
Oh, and one more thing. There will be no more second chances.
Interior runway later. Andy paces, panicky. Emily watches her.
I see. So the publisher is in London? Can you give me that number? It's from Miranda Priestley. What is it for? We're doing a layout on sorcery-inspired fashion. Yes, I understand. Thank you. There's no way I can get that book by early afternoon. She's after me, Emily. She wants to fire me. She's just prolonging the kill, like an evil cat with tiny little unfashionable mouse.
Aubrey.
Oh, look, you're getting paranoid. Yay, it's not just me.
And then they hear.
Andrea!
Interior Miranda's office day. Andy walks in.
I'd like my steak.
Smith and Walensky's doesn't open until 11:45.
Maybe we should call Cassidy and ask her to take care of it, since she did your job for you last night.
She smiles. The scary smile. Exterior Smith and Walensky's day. Andy flies into the frame and raps on the door of the closed restaurant. Marty, the manager, walks over, recognizes her. He unlocks the door, letting her in. Interior Smith and Walensky's day. From the bar, Andy watches the steak sizzle, pacing nervously. Andy's cell phone rings and she grabs it.
Anything? Can you try again? I would really appreciate any leads at all. Thanks.
She hangs up, Marty looks at her.
What an amazing job working for someone like me, Wesley.
It is amazing, lots of fun, and filled with interesting challenges.
And out of the window, something catches Andy's eye. We see what Andy's looking at. Newsstand right outside the restaurant. The current issue of the New Yorker is featured out front, and Andy sees the byline. Christian Harper. Interior Christian's apartment day. Very chic, very masculine apartment in the village. Christian is writing at a laptop when his phone rings. We intercut between him and Andy on the street.
You're kidding, right? No one could get that book. They guard that thing like Fort Knox.
I thought you knew everyone. Can't you think of something?
It's impossible. Just tell her it can be done, Miranda girl.
Have you met Miranda?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thanks anyway.
Interior runway day. Andy runs down the hall with Miranda's food, and she passes Emily.
Is she back? Am I fired?
You know, I rarely say this to people who aren't me, but you need to calm down.
Andy ignores her, racing around getting the dishes and silverware from Miranda's steak.
Why not?
Interior Miranda's office day. We see the steak prettily arranged on Miranda's china. Andy sets up the salt and pepper. Miranda walks in. When Miranda sees the steak, she freezes.
What is that doing here? I ordered this hours ago.
Andy looks confused. Hours?
Luckily, before I starved to death, Irv invited me to lunch. I will be back at exactly 2:15. I want my order from Starbucks to be here.
She gestures to the steak.
Get rid of that.
And before she exits,
If you don't have the Harry Potter by then, don't bother coming back.
interior kitchen day. Andy carries a tray with all the food on it into the kitchen. A beat. She looks down at the tray and suppresses an urge to throw the whole thing at the wall. Instead, she positions the tray over the garbage and tilts it, letting everything, steak, china, silverware, fall into the can. Interior Starbucks day. Andy is on the cell phone. She watches Miranda's coffee being made.
Come on, please. You must know someone. Can you make it extra hot, like center of the sun hot?
The barista gives her a look.
Sorry, my boss is particular. Are you sure? You're my last shot. All right, well, thanks for trying.
She hangs up. The barista hands her the coffee.
Sounds like a great job you have there.
Actually, it is. It's a fantastic job. A million girls would kill for it.
And she starts to laugh. The girl stares at her. Exterior Starbucks day. Andy walks out of the Starbucks with the order on a tray. Andy stands there a moment. People bustle around her as she finds herself at a literal crossroads. She looks up at the building. Suddenly, she stops a passerby who looks at her curious. Yeah, lady?
Want a mocha?
And Andy starts passing out the stuff from Starbucks to people on the street. Interior kitchen day. Nate on the phone. Intercut with him and Andy on the street.
Wait, are you sure?
I failed. She's going to fire me anyway. Might as well beat her to the punch.
I failed. She's going to fire me anyway. I, sorry. Holy shit. Well, good for you. Congratulations. You're free.
Andy smiles, hangs up, and immediately her phone rings again. She looks down, assuming it's Nate.
Hello?
I'm brilliant, really. Monuments should be erected in my honor.
We intercut between Andy on the street and Christian in his office.
You didn't.
Oh, yes.
No. That would mean I actually did something right.
Well, a friend of a friend is doing the cover art. You could meet her at the office this afternoon and make a copy.
Andy just stands there, stunned.
Hello, Andy. What's wrong?
The thing is, see, I was about to.
Don't tell me you don't want the book now. I had to make love to a woman the size of a filing cabinet to get it.
And we see Andy. She looks up at the Elias Clark building, teetering on a precipice.
Do you want this or not?
On Andy, breathless. Exterior street day, Andy runs down the street. Exterior street day, Andy runs out of an apartment building holding a large envelope. Exterior street day, Andy stands outside of Kinko's and she's on the phone.
I'm begging you. You have to stall her. Just 10 minutes.
Interior town car day, we see Roy driving Miranda and Irv back from lunch. He hangs up the cell phone and then he turns down a side street. Miranda catches his eye in the mirror. What the hell?
Too much traffic on the pip. Putin's in town.
Miranda makes an annoyed face. Insert the tray with Miranda's Starbucks on it. We follow it down the hall and seeing it being set on Miranda's desk. And beside it lands, boom, an envelope. Widen out to see Miranda looking at the envelope. And then we see Andy. She stands there, quiet, calm. And if Miranda's amazed by what Andy did, she doesn't show it. She opens the envelope, looks in.
1 coffee. What are my twins supposed to do with that? Share?
Actually, I made 2 copies and had them color copied, reset, and bound so they wouldn't look like manuscripts.
She smiles. Miranda nods but still won't concede the point.
And where exactly are these fabulous coffees? I don't see them anywhere.
Quick cut to interior train, the Metro North from New York City to Bedford. In the front row, we see 2 matching pairs of tree torns, 7 jeans, pink Izods, and Hello Kitty berets. And 2 matching Harry Potter manuscripts, every bit as professional looking as Andy described them, being eagerly devoured by Cassidy and Caroline on their way to their grandmother's. A nanny sits beside them. Cut back to interior office day, Andy picks up the envelope.
This is just an extra copy to keep on file, just in case.
She smiles. Her faith in herself is restored.
Anything else I can do for you?
And we cut to Vicky next for actions and descriptions.
Interior 50 Carmine, night. For the first time, Andy is early to meet Nate, sitting in the corner of an Italian restaurant when he enters.
Hey, you look pretty relaxed after the day you just had.
Nate, I have news.
You do? So do I. I sent a bunch of letters to restaurants in San Fran. All my favorites. Figuring what the hell, got nothing to lose and look.
He shows her a letter.
I have an interview at Chess. Pani. Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
The timing is perfect. You just quit your job so we can go out together. If you like California, Andy, there's a lot of great jobs that don't involve working for psychopaths.
He looks at her.
What's your news?
On her smile, trying to figure out how to break this to him. Interior runway day. Andy picks up the phone.
Miranda Priestley's office.
She's multitasking as she did before, answering the phone, stuffing envelopes, sorting an accessory pile, but we can see she's starting to get it down.
Oh, hi.
Interior gallery day. We see Lily at work in a small office at the back of a gallery in Chelsea.
The reservations are under Barnes.
Got it.
I've been working so hard and he's not that psyched about it, so I just want to make sure his birthday's fun.
Interior runway day. Andy on the phone. The phone rings.
Bye, Lily. Thanks. Miranda Priestley's office.
Andy's interrupted by the loud sound of someone having a coughing fit.
I'll tell her you called. Thanks.
Andy looks over to where Emily is sitting at her desk, blowing her nose. Emily checks her face in her pocket mirror. Horrible.
Are you okay?
I don't have the time to not be okay. Going to that benefit tonight. If I live that long.
Just then, They hear Miranda's voice.
Andrea, Emily.
Interior Miranda's office day. Andy and Emily walk in together.
I just want to make sure before the benefit that you are both fully prepped on the guest list.
Andy and Emily exchange a look.
Actually, I wasn't planning on going to the benefit. I thought only the first assistant went.
Only when the first assistant isn't revoltingly ill. You'll come and help Emily.
On Emily and Andy's surprised faces. Interior runway day. Emily dumps something on Andy's lap. A book of what looks like mugshots. Emily starts flipping through, pointing out people. It is clear Emily is a little miffed.
I don't see why she needs both of us.
She promptly dissolves into a coughing fit for about 20 seconds.
Don't look at me. It's Nate's birthday tonight. This is the last thing I want to do.
That's the president of the Met.
Andy keeps flipping through.
I need to learn all these people by tonight.
Don't be silly.
She pulls out another big book of headshots.
You'll have to learn these too.
And just then Nigel bursts into, "What are you doing in here?" Andy looks up at him. "Good God, we don't have a moment to lose." Exterior street day. Nigel trots down the street with Andy in tow. Black tie, the highest level possible in grooming and fashion. Oh, few, if any, can pull it off. Hair and makeup will meet us there, and Harry Winston is sending over a few baubles to choose from. Interior showroom studio day. We're in Oscar de la Renta's capacious showroom studio. A large logo that reads Oscar de la Renta is overhead. Sales reps bring out dress after dress on a rack. We see Andy, overwhelmed. Suddenly, Oscar himself appears. He and Nigel exchange air kisses.
Nigel, what can we do for you?
We have an emergency red carpet situation. He gestures to Andy. Thing is, she's a 6. We see the stunned looks on everyone's faces, as if he'd said she had an extra arm.
I'll see what we can do.
Interior studio later. We see Andy from behind as the makeup artist applies the finishing touches. Nigel selects a necklace from an assortment of necklaces. He drapes it around Andy's neck. Nigel studies his creation, proud. He sighs. How do you feel?
Well, let's see.
Exterior street night. We see a limousine gliding through the streets.
My feet are killing me. Everything pinches.
Exterior Metropolitan Museum of Art night. The Met, all lit in a buzz for a gala charity benefit. A banner across the front of the museum reads, Runway Presents, the Costume Institute in black and white. A red carpet crammed with celebrities and photographers leads into the museum.
My breasts are squeezed into a ball, and this hairpiece is like having a boulder pinned to my head.
And suddenly the door opens and Andy steps out onto the red carpet. And she looks unbelievable, gorgeous, perfect.
Never felt better.
She takes a moment, then ducks around the red carpet, trotting up the stairs behind the line of photographers. And just then, Emily spots her.
Oh my God, Andy, you look chic.
But Andy is busy staring at Emily in her strapless dress.
Em, you look so thin.
It's for Paris. I'm on a new diet. I don't eat anything, and then when I feel like I'm about to faint, I eat a cube of cheese.
It's definitely working.
I know. I'm just one stomach flu away from my goal weight.
That's great. Congrats.
Emily smiles proudly, then dissolves into another round of bone-rattling coughs.
Ready?
Interior Metropolitan Museum of Art night. Andy and Emily enter. The scene takes Andy's breath away. The lobby is packed with New York's elite. Everything in sight is white. White tulips, bone white china, white candles, white tablecloths, and chair covered in white silk. All the guests are in black or white. Emily looks around.
Everything has to go perfectly tonight, or she'll have my head. You have no idea how many assistants she's fired right before they were supposed to go to Perry. It can't happen to me.
We'll just make sure everything goes smoothly then.
We need to make sure we're there the second she walks in.
How will we find her?
Just then, an audible murmur makes its way through the crowd. They, along with everyone, swivel their heads in time to see a woman making an entrance into the party wearing a spectacular red dress. It's Miranda, of course, a ruby in a sea of monochrome.
The Crimson James Holt. She's a genius.
It's the awkward red dress James had in his studio, made over to perfection. Emily and Andy rush over to Miranda. Quick cuts at the ball. Andy and Emily stand at Miranda's side as she fields greetings. A distinguished couple approaches.
Emily?
Emily racks her brain, which goes blank. She starts to panic.
That's. Wait.
Seeing Emily struggle, Andy leans into Miranda.
Ambassador Franklin. And that's the woman he left his wife for, Rebecca. The woman he's leaving her for is walking down the stairs in Valentino.
Miranda greets the couple.
Ambassador. Rebecca. Lovely to see you.
Emily gets Andy's attention and mouths, "Thank you." Just then, Andy sees a very fashionable woman with a more avant-garde look than Miranda headed for them, and she's being escorted by none other than Irv. Emily whispers to Andy,
That's Jacqueline Follier.
From French Runway? I thought Miranda wanted her to come after she left.
She did. Jacqueline put her in the worst mood.
Jacqueline and Irv head straight for Miranda.
Good to see you, Irv.
Miranda, you look amazing.
Then Miranda turns to Jacqueline. They kiss the air behind each other's ears, pretending to be happy to see each other.
Bonsoir, chérie. Ta robe est rudement chouette.
I like your dress too. Very American. Sportif.
Miranda smiles, but looks like she's rather throw darts at Jacqueline. Andy quickly steps forward.
Alors, Jacqueline, dites-moi, avez-vous côté Brad Pitt?
No.
Venez avec moi? Pardonnez-nous.
She pulls Jacqueline across the room. Later, Andy and Emily are with Miranda, who is talking to Elton John. Suddenly, they're surprised by the appearance of Miranda's husband, Stefan, quite drunk.
Darling, there you are.
It's a banner evening. 3 people have failed to recognize me. One person called me Mr. Paisley, and now the damn bartender refused to serve me.
Everyone freezes. Miranda forces a laugh. Emily emits a cough of shock. But Andy quickly turns to Elton, distracting him.
I'm sorry to be such an idiot, but I think you're so awesome. I can sing along to like 50 of your songs. I think Crocodile Rock is my favorite, but I also love Tiny Dancer.
And while she chats with him, Miranda puts her arm around her husband and leads him gently away.
Come on, darling. Let's get something to eat. I'm starved. Aren't you?
And as she walks away, Miranda turns and looks at Andy, and Miranda mouths the words, "Thank you." Andy and Emily's eyes both go wide. Holy shit. Exterior museum night. Andy trots down the steps, exhilarated, checks her watch, looks up, and sees Christian walking up the steps, looking better than anyone ever should in a tuxedo. He smiles and clutches his heart like he's been shot by Cupid.
You look amazing. And I take it you still work for Miranda.
I am, thanks to you, and I'm doing great now.
Oh, is that right?
Sure is. Guess I'm not as nice as you thought.
Oh, God, I hope not.
He openly admires her in a way that makes it clear he's imagining her with the dress off.
If you didn't have that stupid boyfriend, I'd have to whisk you away right here and now.
Do you really say things like that to people?
Evidently.
I have to go.
Say hello to the boyfriend for me.
She tries to bite back an incriminating smile, turns and races towards her limo. Interior town car night. Andy is putting the finishing touches on wrapping a present, and then she starts ripping off her clothes. Shoes, stockings. She grabs a pair of jeans, a t-shirt, and some boots out of a bag and starts to change. Interior restaurant night. Nate, Doug, and Lily are hanging out with Nate's friends when Andy walks in. She runs over, hugs Nate, and sits down.
I'm so sorry I'm late. One moment, Miranda just announces I have to go to the benefit. Next thing you know, I'm in a crazy getup directing Isaac Mizrahi to the Raw Bar.
They're kind of staring, so she tries to wind it down.
But the weirdest thing was that Miranda actually acted like a halfway normal human being, and
And she can tell she's blathering.
anyway, I'm really sorry, and I'm sorry.
She grabs a menu.
What's everyone getting?
Just then, the waitress walks over with change from the check. And Andy realizes she's missed the whole dinner. And without saying anything, Nate reaches over and takes something off her head. Her tiara. Interior subway night. Andy and Nate sit next to each other, surrounded by late-night passengers.
I must have lost track of time. It's so strange. That's never happened to me before. I'm really sorry I was late. It won't happen again.
Nate gives her a look. Yeah, right. Music up. A montage that shows that as Andy's career starts to take off, her relationships continue to spiral downward. In the apartment, Andy wakes up. Nate is already gone. Runway reception, Andy steps off the elevator with all the other runway girls. And now, with her confident stride and her fashionable attire, she is indistinguishable from any of the others. Central Park. Nate, Doug, and Lily, and a bunch of their friends play frisbee in the park. The summer is beginning to turn into fall. Camera finds Andy on the cell phone. Ralph Lauren showroom. We see Andy back in the Ralph Lauren showroom. They wheel out a rack of sweaters. Andy flips through the skirts, confident, selecting and rejecting. Apartment. We see Nate in his apartment alone, waiting for Andy. Finally, He picks up his jacket and walks out. Runway. Andy goes through the book with Jocelyn, clarifying Miranda's notes. A couple of fashion assistants take notes as Andy talks. On the street, dawn. Andy walks to work so early. The sun is still rising. The air has turned cold now. She pulls her coat closer around her. McSorley's. Nate, Doug, and Lily out for drinks. Andy is nowhere to be found. Nate's cell phone rings. The caller ID flashes Andy. Nate turns off the ringer and ignores the call. Doug and Lily exchange a look.
Interior reception day. A handsome Italian man, Massimo Cortadioni, steps off the elevator. Miranda greets him and they air kiss.
Massimo, mio amore.
Miranda, bellissima.
He rattles off some more compliments in Italian as she leads him down the hall to her office.
Oh, Massimo, stop. I'm a married woman, you know.
She walks him by Andy and Emily.
Andrea, this is Massimo Cortelloni, president of LVME. If you need anything at all, just let Andrea know.
And with that, she sweeps Massimo into the office. Andy realizes that Emily is staring at her. She shrugs as if what Miranda just did was no big deal, but Emily knows it is. Interior runway night. Andy waits for the book, no longer timid, blasting a song on the stereo and singing along.
Ain't I hot enough? Ain't I rough enough? Ain't I rich enough? I'm not too blind to see.
Suddenly the intercom sounds. Book's done.
The book is done. I said the book is done.
Interior Miranda's foyer night. Andy steps in, carrying the dry cleaning and the book, moving quickly. Suddenly she hears a voice emerging from the dark.
Andrea,
Andy practically has a heart attack.
come in.
Andy steps into the apartment, curious and scared.
As you know, Paris is the most important week of the year for me. The schedule of shows and interviews is horrendous, and I'm under a microscope.
Andy looks at her, not sure where this concerns her.
And so, as you can imagine, for that week it is vital that I have the best team possible with me, the most skilled individuals at the magazine.
And this is where Andy starts to have a bad feeling.
Yes, of course you do. And
You're coming with me to Paris, Andrea.
oh no. No, you don't mean that. Emily would die. Her whole life is about Paris. She hasn't eaten in weeks.
It's not for you to tell me what I can and cannot do. You are coming with me to Paris.
With all due respect, I can't do that, Miranda. I just can't. I've only been at Runway for 5 months.
Miranda shrugs. Fine.
Then you're fired.
Excuse me?
If you don't come to Paris, I will assume you're not serious about your job, and I would have no choice but to fire you.
Andy
Or
looks at
dismiss
her,
you.
stunned.
On the other hand, if you do a good job in Paris and continue to impress me, there's no end to your future at Runway or any place else.
She smiles at her most seductive.
The decision is strictly up to you.
But
That's all.
Interior elevator night. Andy rides down in shock. She closes her eyes. Damn it. Exterior Central Park West night. Andy walks out of Miranda's building. Roy opens the door for her, but she waves him away. Exterior Broadway night. Andy walks downtown alone, thinking. Interior Andy's apartment later. Andy looks through the clips of all her articles from college and at a picture of herself at graduation, surrounded by her parents, her relatives, her friends. Her parents are beaming, exuding pride. Interior runway day. The desks outside Miranda's office are empty. We hold for a few beats. Then Andy comes in, walking slowly, still unsure. And at that moment, Miranda appears. They look at each other. Miranda nods, almost imperceptibly. Andy nods back. And Miranda takes her coat off. Andy holds out her arms to take the coat from her, but Miranda puts the coat on Emily's desk instead, right in front of Emily's Eiffel Tower screensaver. And then Miranda strides into her office. Andy sits down, trying to grasp the magnitude of what just happened, and just then Miranda pokes her head back in.
Don't forget to tell Emily.
And we see Andy's face. Me? Interior runway day, Andy is waiting for Emily, dreading her arrival. Suddenly she can't take it anymore. She dials the phone. Exterior Midtown Street day, Emily flies down the street in even more than her usual tizzy.
Emily?
Sorry I'm late. I got there early, and I realized I forgot to get more Hermes scarves for the trip.
Emily, I have to talk to you.
I freaked out, of course, but then I just called Chantal at home, and she opened the store early, so I got them.
Emily juggles a stack of the bright orange Hermes scarf boxes, her purse, her cell phone. Emily almost mows down an old lady. She mouths sorry.
Okay, Emily, when you get in, I want to talk to you about something.
I hope it's not another Miranda problem.
Not exactly.
Good, because I've got so much to deal with before I go. I swear to God, I can't even.
And that's when Emily steps into the street without looking. The second she steps off the sidewalk, bam, Emily is hit by a taxi. We see her purse, her cell phone, her orange Hermes shopping bag, some orange Hermes boxes, and some of the white scarves as they fly through the air. Interior Lenox Hill Hospital day. Andy sits in the waiting room, distraught. Interior hospital room day. Lying in a hospital bed with no face with no makeup, wearing a dummy hospital robe, Emily looks like what she is. A skinny, tired young girl. Andy stands by the window, arms folded, defensive.
I don't care if she was going to fire you or beat you with a hot poker. You should have said no.
I didn't have a choice. You know how she is.
Just then an orderly walks in with her dinner, laden with fattening foods, cream soup, bread, pasta, cheese, and dessert. Emily grabs the pudding, peels off the foil top.
What gets me about this whole thing is you're the one who pretends you don't care about this stuff. You don't care about fashion. You just want to be a journalist, blah, blah, blah. What a pile of bullshit.
She angrily finishes the last spoon of pudding and grabs a dinner roll which she starts to butter.
Look, I know you're mad, and I don't blame you.
Face it, Emily. Or face it, Andy. You sold your soul the day you put on Jimmy Choo's.
She bites off a hunk of dinner roll.
And you know what really killed me? The clothes you're about to get. You don't deserve them. You're garbage, for Christ's sake. God! It's so fair! Just go!
Emily.
I said go!
Interior runway day. Andy sits in Nigel's office as Nigel and the fashion assistant swirl outfits in front of her.
To accompany Miranda to a bistro? Cuffed charcoal gray theory pants with a black silver turtleneck by Celine. For the tennis club, where she'll receive private lessons, bootleg workout pants, zip-up hoodie and tank top, all by Prada Sport. For the front row of the Chanel show, a pleated schoolgirl skirt by Anna Sue with a sheer white meow meow blouse and Chanel spectators with a Michael Kors blazer.
A beauty editor appears in front of Andy with a cosmetic bag.
Here are your shadows, liners, lipsticks in matte, high shine, long lasting and clear, 6 mascaras from light blue to pouty black, eyelash curler and 2 eyelash combs, liquid solid and powder blush. Oh, and of course, your moisturizers, glimmering, tinted, scented, unscented, hypoallergenic, alpha hydroxy.
And the beauty editor now pulls out a sketchbook with a different page for each event, with labels like Outdoor Daytime and Relaxed Evening Glamour, Not for Black Tie.
There's no way I can do all this.
Hopefully, you won't have to. This is for emergencies only. If for some reason your hair and makeup people can't make it.
I have my own hair and makeup person?
They all laugh.
Oh, you don't get it. Oh, you will be with Miranda every waking hour. You are part of the image she reflects to the world. You need to look right.
And suddenly, more racks of clothing are rolled in.
And now for the evening attire.
On Andy, there's more clothes? Interior runway night. The hubbub died down, and Andy looks at Nigel, exhausted.
On Saturday night, Miranda is throwing the event of the Fashion Week. A soiree honoring James Holt. I'll be there, of course, but you need to make sure it goes without a hitch.
Sure, great. Somebody shoot me.
You know the funny thing? Haven't known you that long, but I'm gonna really miss you.
She looks at him. What? He smiles.
Who's leaving runway? Who got a new job? Oh, yes, me.
You're kidding me.
James Holt just got like $1 billion from LVMH, and you know they have that dreamboat president, Massimo. He's giving James money to start his new line, and he needs a partner. Oh, Miranda knows. Oh, she put me up for it.
Oh my gosh, Nigel, that's amazing. What a fantastic job.
Oh, I know. Pays up the wazoo. Lots of money and power. Oh, what's not to like? People would kill for a job like that.
He looks at her.
What the hell is wrong with you? No one with a pile of free culture should ever have that expression on their face.
I wish I could get excited about going to Paris, but I still feel terrible.
You mean about Emily? Ah, please, Emily would have sold you out 10 times faster than you did.
Well, that doesn't make it right.
Oh, please, don't give me that Miss America crap. I mean, you did what you had to do. End of story. Andy, after Paris, the sky's the limit for you.
Andy takes this in.
Who knows? You might even be a size 4 one day.
She gives him a look.
Car picks you up tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Interior Chelsea Gallery night. Lily has curated a show at the gallery where she works. The place bustles with groovy art people. Lily runs around like she owns the place, much the way Andy does at Runway now. Andy walks in, looks around, impressed by the art and the crowd. Lily spots Andy and runs over. They hug.
Oh my gosh, Lily, look at this.
I'm just a junior curator.
Stop that. This is amazing. I'm so proud of you.
I'm glad you came. I wasn't sure you would be able to make it. I mean,
What are you talking about? I wouldn't miss this.
Lily looks at her, smiles.
Okay, so lately I've missed a few things. A lot of things. Almost everything.
well, you're here now. That's all that matters.
Lily runs off to greet someone. Andy walks over to Doug, who is at the buffet carefully piling shrimp on a tiny plate.
Hey, Dougie.
John? Are you there?
Hey, got part today. Want some shrimp?
You got.
I'm broke. I'm lying to my parents. And today I watched 6 episodes of film. My ride on Tibo. I feel awesome. Seriously, take a shrimp.
Doug, I'm so sorry.
Don't be. I'm staring into the abyss. But the abyss is cool.
Interior Chelsea Gallery later. Andy waits for the bathroom. She hears a voice.
Hey, Miranda girl.
She closes her eyes. Can't be. She turns. Yep.
What are you doing here?
Art. I like art. You know, I was just thinking about you.
Bull.
I'm doing a profile of Gutierre for New York, and I was making plans for Perry, and I found myself wondering if my Miranda girl would be there.
Actually,
Stop smiling. Why am I smiling?
I am going.
Hmm.
I just found out, and
That's great! I'm staying at this killer hotel in the Mirier right across the street from a falafel restaurant that will change your life.
sorry, I'll be too busy working. You'll have to find someone else's life to change.
But that's just it. I'm starting to wonder if I can.
And with that, he leans in, plants a soft kiss on her cheek. Annie closes her eyes, blushing like crazy. When she opens her eyes, Christian is gone, and it's not for a moment that she notices Lily, about 10 feet away, staring at her, a look of surprise and disgust on her face. Interior Chelsea Gallery night. Annie follows Lily through the gallery.
He's just a guy I know from work.
Oh, yeah, that looked like work.
You're making a big deal out of.
The Andy I know is madly in love with Nate, is always 5 minutes early, and thinks Old Navy is Gautier. For the last 16 years, I've known everything about that Andy, down to her last hangnail. But this person,
She gestures to Andy.
this glamazon who skulks around in corners with some random hot fashion guy, I don't get her.
Andy tries to say something, but Lily interrupts.
In case you're interested, Nate is looking for you.
She indicates Nate across the room. He waves. She walks over to him and gives him a kiss. Exterior Chelsea Gallery later that night. Nate and Andy walk together down the street away from the gallery. The street is shiny from a recent rain.
I think it's great. Going to Paris a big opportunity.
I know, but it means I can't go to California, and
Please, you were never coming with me.
look, I know you're upset because I've been so busy. Missed your birthday.
Andy, please. I don't care about that stuff. It's you. You're changing.
That's not true.
You used to be thoughtful, down to earth, no bullshit. When you started that job, you laughed at the runway. Girls, their vanity, their pattiness, the way they worship Miranda, and now you become one of them, some new creature, Miranda.
I don't understand what you're asking me to do. Quit? I can't give up now. I've worked too hard, come too far.
Andy, all I know is if I met you today, I don't know if I'd even go over and talk to you, let alone spend 2 years of my life with you.
You don't mean that.
Yeah, Andy, I do.
A beat. Andy tries to catch her breath.
And maybe this trip is coming at a good time. Maybe we should take a break for a while.
She stands there, waiting for him to protest, throw his arms around her. Instead, he walks away.
Nate!
He turns, and just then her phone rings. They both know who it is, and that she has to take the call.
In case you're wondering, the person whose calls you always take, that's the relationship you're in.
The phone keeps ringing.
I hope you two are very happy together.
And he walks away. Andy clicks on the phone.
Hello, Miranda?
Interior airplane day. Miranda and Andy are in first class. The tray of champagne and orange juice comes around. Miranda waves it off. Andy does too. Interior airplane day. Andy goes back to the galley, grabs a couple of the champagne glasses and downs them. The flight attendant stares. Interior airplane night. It's dark now, and everyone on the plane is asleep. Miranda is asleep, mouth closed, makeup seamless, not a hair out of place. Perfect, even at rest. We move over to Andy, who sleeps like a normal person. Hair askew, mouth slightly open. Interior limo night. Andy looks out the window, watching Paris at night whizzing by her. She is in awe. Miranda is not even looking out the window. Exterior, Place de Vendôme, night. The Paris Ritz. Miranda's limo pulls up. Interior Ritz Hotel suite, Paris night. The bellman opens the door to a huge suite. Andy looks confused.
Wait, this is not right. Miranda is staying in the suite.
That's correct. Mademoiselle Miranda Fesley's suite is down the hall.
This is my room?
Interior Miranda's Ritz Hotel suite, night.
It's all right, my thing's not letting me scroll down. Hang on a sec. Not sure what's going on here. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Andy walks into Miranda's room, which makes the other place look like a dump. She stares.
Get out the guest list. We need to start working on the seating chart.
Andy grabs her notebook, tries not to gape at the luxurious surroundings.
By all means, move at a glacial pace. You know how that thrills me.
Andy springs to attention. Interior Ritz Hotel room, night. Andy, in the sumptuous Ritz robe, looks out the window at the amazing view. Can't believe she's here. She smiles. Interior Miranda's Ritz Hotel suite day. The next morning, we see Miranda getting ready. A team of people works on her. Hair, makeup, pedicure, manicure. We move across through the wall. Interior Ritz Hotel room day. To the room next door, where we see Andy getting the exact same VIP treatment. She can't believe this is happening to her. Quick cuts of Andy and Miranda in Paris. Interior fashion show day. Andy sits in the front row beside Miranda. Half the invitees are looking at the clothes. The other half are watching Miranda's reaction to the clothes. Interior Paris restaurant night. A tiny restaurant on Rue de Richelieu called Dave, where all the fashion notables eat during Fashion Week. Miranda dines with a table full of designers, editors, and celebrities, and Andy is right there beside her. Interior Miranda's Ritz Hotel suite day. A map of the inside of the chateau with tables arranged on it. Andy does the seating arrangements with Miranda looking over her shoulder, pointing. Exterior fashion show night. The Versailles show. Miranda walks by the paparazzi waiting outside the show. They scream her name. She shows off her best smile. Andy squints, blinded by the flashbulbs. Interior Ritz lobby day. Andy stands near Miranda, who is in the lobby chatting with Stella McCartney, when Christian comes up beside Andy.
I think you owe me.
She turns and is happy to see a friendly face.
Oh, do I?
You working tonight?
Actually, Miranda has a dinner.
Oh, so you're free. Perfect. Oh, but there's a problem, huh? Le boyfriend.
At the mention of this, Andy blushes slightly.
Wait, don't tell me. The boyfriend is non plus? Je suis très, très désolée.
Oh, you're so full of it. You are not désolé at all.
Yeah, not even a little. What time should I pick you up tonight?
Interior Ritz Hotel room evening. Andy is getting dressed in one of her many fab outfits. Interior Miranda's Ritz Hotel suite evening. Miranda is just out of the shower when she hears a knock at the door. She opens it and a bellman hands her an envelope. Interior Ritz Hotel corridor day. Andy walks down the hall to Miranda's suite, feeling cheerful, looking great. She knocks on the door. Miranda opens the door and immediately turns away, walking over to the window. She looks out over the rooftops of Paris. Interior Miranda's suite, hotel suite, continuous. Oh, Ritz. Andy follows, and her eyes widen as she notices something which shocks her to the core. Miranda is wearing sweatpants.
I came to remind you you're having dinner at Natalie Lehman's house in the country this evening, and
Miranda walks back over to the window without a word, looks back out over the city.
Do you know where I grew up?
Andy shakes her head. Couldn't be more surprised by this conversation if they were both on fire.
Pearl River, New York. Right on the border with Jersey. Cultural highlight, the Nanuet Mall. My dad owned a tire store. But Pearl River is only 30 miles from Manhattan on the Palisades Parkway. I grew up reading Runway, Elle, Vogue, sneaking into New York to stand in the back of the shows, soaking it all up.
Andy is perfectly still.
When I was hired as Natalie's assistant, I knew I would make it. I knew I would be her someday. That's all I ever wanted to be, the editor of Runway.
A long beat, and finally Miranda turns. She has no makeup on. Her hair is damp and unstyled, and she's obviously been crying.
We need to think of a way to keep it out of New York press.
Andy looks at her, not understanding. Miranda points at an envelope on the table.
Divorce papers. Preliminary, of course.
Andy takes in the shock of this.
Funny thing is, I thought Stephen and I were going to make it. Third time's the charm. I used to call him my lucky third. At first, they're always proud to be with me. Proud to be with a powerful, accomplished woman. They say they don't want some little housewife. But then,
Andy is watching her, just listening.
I love him. I do. I just can't be what he wants me to be. And my girls. Another stepfather gone.
And she can't even bring herself to think this part through.
you want to take the evening off? I can reschedule everything.
Miranda looks at her. Interior Ritz Hotel lobby night. We see Miranda striding through the lobby, and what we notice is she looks like regular Miranda. Done up, perfect, confident walk. Exterior Ritz Hotel night. Miranda breezes out of the hotel, gets in the waiting limo. Interior limo night. Miranda closes the door, takes a deep breath, and now that she's alone, for 1 second, her veneer cracks just a little.
Let's go.
Interior L'Ambroisie night. Christian and Andy have dinner in a tiny romantic restaurant on the Place de Vosges.
Oh, come on. You hate her. She whips you with tire chains.
She can be tough to work for, but there's another side to her.
No, there isn't. She's a ball buster. That's all.
You wouldn't be saying that if she were a man. You'd be admiring her strength, her grit, her tenacity. But because she's a woman, those things make her a ballbuster.
He laughs.
What's so funny?
You, defending her. You've crossed over to the dark side completely. It's pretty sexy.
He grins, pours her more wine. Interior, Lambrosé night. They drink glass after glass of wine. Exterior, Paris street night. They walk home together through the Place de Vosges.
I never understand why everyone was so crazy about Paris. But now,
She swirls around.
it's so beautiful.
And suddenly he catches one of her arms and almost like a dance move, pulls her into him and kisses her.
I can't do this.
Another kiss.
Nate and I only split up a few days ago.
Another kiss.
I've had too much wine, and my judgment is impaired.
Another kiss.
I barely know you, and I'm in a strange city.
He kisses her again.
I'm out of reasons.
Thank God.
Interior Christian's hotel room night. Andy and Christian are kissing on his bed. Her phone rings. Oops. Oops, I did it again. Andy ignores it. But we see the caller ID. It says Mom and Dad. Dissolved to Interior Christian's hotel room morning. Andy wakes up. Her careful hair and makeup from the night before are wildly askew. She realizes what she did and that she has a headache. She sits up, catches the sight of herself in the mirror. Ouch. Oh, we hear the sound of the shower running. Christian calls out.
Order room service. Anything you want.
I have to go back to my room and...
Can't hear you.
Andy starts getting dressed, and as she puts on her jacket, she knocks over a few papers and sees something sticking out. A mock-up of a magazine with the familiar runway logo. She picks it up. She picks it up. Interior shower day. Christian stands under the spray of water. Suddenly the shower curtain is yanked back.
Ah,
Andy's standing there, furious. She holds up the issue of mock-up.
What the heck is this?
Christian, cool as can be, steps out, nude, and grabs a towel, which he wraps around himself.
it's a sample
Of?
of what American Runway is going to look like when Jacqueline is editing it.
He pulls on a t-shirt.
We worked on it together. She's bringing me in to run all the editorial content of the magazine.
They're replacing Miranda?
Are you really surprised? Runway is one of the most expensive books in the business. Jacqueline does the same thing with a lot less money. A lot less money.
And that's the most important thing?
Money is always the most important thing.
You think I've crossed over to the dark side? Listen to yourself.
Who said I was not on the dark side?
This is a crappy thing to do to her after all she's done for Elias Clark. Miranda will be devastated. Runway is her whole life.
Something tells me she'll land on her feet. I guess it's not the worst thing that you found out. You'll probably have to go look for a new job. Irv's going to tell Miranda this morning at breakfast.
He turns to his closet and contemplates his sport coat.
And I'm not that worried about you. You've proven that you're more than capable of fending for yourself.
He picks a jacket, puts it on, turns to Andy, only to find the door open and Andy's gone. Interior Ritz Hotel corridor day. Andy races down the hall. Her cell phone rings again. She looks at it, Mom and Dad. She turns off the ringer. She knocks on Miranda's door. No answer. She thinks, dials.
And we'll switch to Aubrey.
All right. Interior Nigel's hotel room day. Nigel is just waking up in his hotel room in Paris. Hurry.
I've tried her cell 50 times.
Oh, can't you just track her down in her first appointment?
I have to talk to her right now.
Interior Ritz lobby day. Andy paces, unsure of what to do. She dials Miranda's number yet again. Finally, Miranda picks up.
Oh, thank God. Where are you?
Excuse me?
I need to talk to you right away.
Don't have time. I'm having breakfast with her. You should be busy all day preparing for the James Holt party.
Miranda, you don't understand. It's very important. I have to tell you.
And the phone clicks off. Miranda has hung up.
Shoot!
This garners some stares. She sits down on a chair to think. Her cell phone rings again and her heart leaps. Miranda, but no, she picks up.
Hey, Mom, listen, I'm at work. It's really crazy over here, and
We hear the voice of Andy's mother, Hannah.
Before I say anything, don't be too worried. I mean, he's fine.
what are you talking about, Mom?
Interior Cincinnati hospital day. Hannah is in the hospital sitting next to Richard. Sitting beside Richard.
Your father had a heart attack last night. Everything's fine now. They've given him medication and he's resting comfortably.
Interior Ritz lobby day. Andy clutches the phone.
Oh my gosh. Should I come home?
Interior Cincinnati hospital day. Hannah looks over at Richard, resting.
Oh, you know your father. He would never ask. And he knows how busy you are. So
Interior Starbucks day. We see Andy holding back tears.
I just wanted you to know so you could make your own decision.
Andy stands there a moment, teetering on a precipice. Then she starts to walk quickly. Exterior Perry Street day. Andy dashes through Perry. Interior Hotel Crillon lobby day. Andy runs up to the front desk.
Irv Ravitz?
Interior Hotel Crillon corridor day. Andy runs down a corridor. She paces a second, knowing she's going to get her ass kicked, then knocks on the door. The door opens. Irv stands there, surprised. We see Miranda behind him. When she sees Andy, she walks over, turns to Irv.
Excuse us a moment.
Miranda pulls Andy into the hall.
Have you lost your mind?
I have to talk to you.
Whatever it is can wait until later.
Miranda walks into the room, closes the door in Andy's face. Interior Hotel Crillon corridor night. Andy sits in the hallway wondering what to do. Just then, Miranda comes out. Andy springs up and follows her. Miranda doesn't say anything, just starts walking. Andy follows.
Is everything. Did that go okay? I mean, are you okay?
Miranda just keeps walking.
Did he say anything about. I mean, what did he say?
Miranda stops aggravated.
Now I know you've lost your mind.
I was just wondering. I mean, if there's anything I can do.
Yes, there is. Your job.
And Miranda walks away. Andy stands there. Exterior chateau establishing evening. A gorgeous 17th century castle in the countryside. Guests are arriving. Andy is outside working with the staff, coordinating arrivals. She excuses herself for a moment. We see her dial her cell phone. Exterior. Sorry. Excuse me. Exterior chateau evening. A few seconds later, we see Andy standing outside the chateau on the phone.
Hey, Dad. Mom says you're doing great. I just wanted you to know. I'm not going to come home and see you just as soon as. I'm going to come home and see you just as soon as Paris is over, okay?
She closes her eyes. She closes her eyes, fighting back emotion.
Thanks. I love you too.
Interior chateau evening. The chateau we see in the opening with the party in full swing. Andy is bustling around, checking all the details, the seating, the flowers, making sure the guests are happy. She spots Christian, who raises a glass to her. She looks away. Interior chateau, evening. Andy watches Miranda as she greets the guests, so composed, so gracious. Andy marvels. Just then, Nigel clinks his fork on a glass. He's standing at the podium on a dais, getting ready to speak. Miranda walks over, sits down on the dais. Andy follows. Dissolve 2. Interior chateau, later. We pick up on the scene from the opening.
One of the most elegant women ever to walk the planet. I give you Miranda Priestley.
We see Andy applauding, smiling, her eyes shining. Miranda steps to the podium, and we hear that the short screech of feedback. She covers with a laugh, tries again.
Thank you, everyone. First, I want to congratulate James on his new line, which is nothing short of miraculous.
James smiles at her, raises a glass of champagne.
But before I tell you in detail about how much I love James Holt, I want to say a few words. Today is not just an important night for me, for Runway, and for James, but an important day for someone else in this room.
Her eyes land on Jacqueline Hollet, and he watches. What the hell? She shoots a look at Christian. Can tell from the look on his face he has no idea where this is going. Flashback to interior Hotel Crillon suite day. Earlier that day, Miranda sits across from Irv.
Miranda, there's something I'd like to discuss with you and
Miranda takes a piece of paper out of her Hermes portfolio and pushes it towards him.
what is this?
It's a list.
Flash forward to interior chateau day. Miranda continues.
I have the privilege of announcing that my comrade Jacqueline Follet, editor-in-chief of the French edition of Runway, will, as of next month, be...
We see Andy's face. Holy shit. Looks at Christian, just as stunned as she is. Flashback to interior Hotel Crillon suite day. Irv looks at the list.
As you know, I have an open invitation from every other fashion magazine in the world. Vogue, Elle, Harper's, and if, for whatever reason, I had to leave Runway. These are all the designers who have said they will give me first look at their collections. This is the list of photographers who will book time with me first, and these are the top models who will do the same.
She smiles.
You know how I feel about Runway. I intend to be there as long as you'll have me. So my intention is never to use this list. But I do have it.
He looks at the list, then up at her. She's composed, cheerful.
Now, you had something you wanted to discuss?
Flash forward to interior chateau evening. Miranda continues.
As of next month, Jacqueline Follet will be partnering with James Holt in the new expansion of his business. The brilliant Massimo has chosen her as the new co-president of JH International.
As she indicates Jacqueline, who waves, everyone applauds. Jacqueline extends her hand to Massimo, who waves. Andy's mouth falls open. She looks over at Nigel. His face betrays nothing. He applauds along with everyone else. And Andy looks to Christian, who is also shocked as hell.
I know Jacqueline will be every bit the comrade to James she has been to me. Let's all wish her the best.
A hearty round of applause for Jacqueline. Miranda smiles. Flashback to interior Paris Cafe day. We see Miranda sitting in the corner of a tiny cafe with James Holt and Massimo. Jacqueline enters, walks over to the table.
Jacqueline, you remember Massimo from LVMH?
Flash forward to interior chateau evening. Miranda continues.
And now to the business at hand. A celebration of one of my favorite designers.
She smiles at James. Interior chateau later. Andy watches everyone swirling around Miranda. She walks over to Nigel among the crowd of well-wishers.
You said it was your dream job.
He turns to her, some emotion on his face now.
She's given me everything I have, Andy. When it's time, she'll pay me back.
You're sure about that?
No, but I hope for the best.
Andy rejoins the swirl, and Andy sees Christian having a drink, trying to cover. Andy walks over to him.
Don't feel bad, Christian. Most people eventually wash up on the rocky shoals of Miranda Priestley, right?
So I've heard. He looks at her. Her gaze back is level. So over this guy.
Better luck next time.
Andy.
That's
I.
all.
She turns away from him, runs right into Miranda.
I'm ready to go too.
And Andy walks away without looking at Christian. Interior limo night. Miranda and Andy ride along in the limo on their way back to Paris. Miranda's relaxed, victorious.
You knew what they were planning.
Andy nods.
Christian had to brag about it. So predictable. And you thought I didn't know.
Andy nods. Miranda laughs.
You think that's the first time I had to defend myself? There's always someone gunning for this job.
She smiles.
I was impressed, though, how hard you tried to warn me, and that whatever you thought was happening, you just kept on doing your job.
She studies Andy.
I never thought I would say this, but I see a lot of myself in you. Your sharpness, your focus, your ability to see a move or two ahead. Above all, your dedication.
Thank you, Miranda.
Your father was ill, and yet you chose to stay and help me and help Runway. That's very admirable.
Andy looks at her, stunned that she knows.
Nigel told me. It was the right choice. Exactly what I would have done when I was your age.
Miranda looks out the window. They're approaching the next party, and the paparazzi are waiting outside as the fabulous people stroll into a Perry nightclub.
Not everyone can do that. Push their feelings aside.
And now she's speaking as much to herself as to Andy.
The more powerful you get, the more you'll be judged and scrutinized, on display. You'll miss things, vacations, sunsets, moments with your family. Some people in your life will never accept your priorities. Not everyone can withstand that pressure, Andy. But now you know that you can.
Andy stares at her, blown away by what Miranda is saying.
And so now you know, that you can have my life. You can do what I do, because you can sacrifice the things that need to be sacrificed.
But what if I can't do that? I mean, what if that's not what I want?
Miranda looks at her and smiles, and this time, for the first time, her smile is almost maternal.
Don't be silly, Andy. Of course, that's what you want. Everyone wants to be me.
And with that, she opens the door to the limo and onto the red carpet, where she's immediately embraced by the flashing lights of the cameras. Andy quickly steps out behind Miranda, squinting. She's never gotten used to the lights. Miranda moves down the red carpet. We follow her, and it's not until Miranda is about to open the door that she realizes Andy is no longer beside her.
Exterior Champs-Élysées night. We see Andy walking up the Champs-Élysées in the dusky light. She has never looked more beautiful. She is serene, and she is free. The wind blows through her hair. She smiles. Suddenly her phone rings. She looks down at it, having forgotten it was in her hand. The name Miranda glows in the dim light. Andy doesn't break stride for a moment as she tosses the ringing phone into the nearest fountain. Interior, airplane day. Andy walks past the first class cabin, down the aisle where she squeezes into a coach seat. Exterior street day. We see Andy in her rental car driving past Three Rivers Stadium in Cincinnati. Interior house, Cincinnati day. Andy stands at the door to the nice, unhip Midwestern house she grew up in. The door opens. Richard, her dad. Andy flies into his arms and he holds her, smiling. Exterior airport day. Andy walks out of JFK. Lily's standing outside in her beat up Honda Civic. Town car's in the shop.
Shut up.
They smile at each other. Interior coffee shop night. Andy waits nervously. She's wearing jeans, an old sweater. Still, she's different. The hair, the shoes. Suddenly, Nate appears.
Thanks for coming. I thought you might stand me up.
I thought about it.
Nate, from the minute I quit my job, all I've thought about was what I would say to you. I rehearsed it in my head a million times. How I would apologize for being such a jerk, for getting carried away, thinking that what I was doing is more important than the people I care about. There's no excuse for how I treated you and how I let Miranda and my ambition take me over until I became this pod person. And now that you're here, I feel like saying all that isn't enough. I'm just so sorry.
I know you are.
And I'm really happy for you. Lily told me you got the job in San Francisco.
Yeah, how about that? Huh? Can't believe it.
I can.
Beat. They smile at each other. Okay with each other. Even friends, maybe.
So, how about you? What are you going to do now?
Not sure, but I actually have a job interview today.
Beat.
And that's what you're reviewing.
It takes her a while to get this. She bursts into laughter and they both laugh. Interior waiting room day. Andy sits nervously in the waiting room of the New York Observer, the total opposite of the runway offices. Interior office day. Andy sits across from a scruffy guy in his early 40s.
You know our pay is crap.
That's fine.
He looks at her resume.
I love your clips. That's thing on the janitors union. That's exactly what we do here.
She smiles, humble now.
My only question is one way. What the hell kind of blip was that?
Learned a lot. In the end, though, I kind of screwed it up.
That's not what I hear.
Andy looks at him, confused.
I called over there for a reference, left word with some snooty type girl. Next thing you know, I got a fax from a Miranda Presley
Andy blanches.
saying that all the assistant she had, you were by far her biggest disappointment.
Andy takes a deep breath.
But that you are destined to be a gigantic snooze success. And if I don't hire you, I'm an idiot.
On Andy, stunned.
So you must have done something right.
Exterior street day. Andy walks out of the job interview and out into the street, stunned. Exterior street day. Andy walks over to the Elias Clark building, looking at a place that was, in its way, a home to her. Her eyes sweep up the building to the runway offices. Interior runway day. We see Emily back at her desk. The camera widens out so we can see a new second assistant, eager and nervous, in the place Andy used to sit. Exterior street day. Andy looks up, thoughtful. Suddenly she sees Miranda walk out of the building. She stops, looks over at Miranda, and Miranda looks over, her eyes meeting Andy. A beat. And then Andy nods her head in thanks, in salutation, and in farewell. But Miranda does not react. She gets into the taxi, into the car. Andy shakes her head. That's Miranda. She smiles, and then turns and starts to walk down the street. Interior car day. Miranda gets in, sits back in her seat, and through her window she can see Andy, a bounce in her step, walking away. And Miranda, alone, where no one can see her, finally breaks into a real smile. Then she nods to her driver. Exterior street day. We see Miranda's limo pulling away, and Andy walking down the street, moving in different directions, further and further away as we fade out.
And that was the end.
That was so good. It makes me
That
want to
was
go to Paris.
awesome.
You know that? It really makes me want to go to
Yes.
Paris now. I don't even care how much money it costs.
Yes, we
It
did a
also
great
makes me
job.
it also makes me want to table read Sabrina, like the old fashioned one.
All of us did a great job.
Yeah, you guys did all so good. It's great.
Yes.
Christian was very fun to read, actually.
Yes.
It's such a
The
good
read is
job.
very fun.
It's fun. Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed it didn't have the part where Andy told Emily she could have all the clothes and all the stuff.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Paris.
You know,
Yeah.
scripts get revised, and maybe
Sometimes.
we've got an older version.
And
Yeah.
sometimes the day of the shooting, they decide, oh, wait, maybe we should have this in there. So
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, this script didn't even have shooting numbers in it, so it was definitely an earlier draft.
Hmm
Yeah.
So much fun.
I always
Yeah.
like seeing how they differ from what they wrote and then what ends up actually being, shown on the screen.
Yeah.
It's so funny that all of them are like so disgusted that she's a size 6. But I mean, you look at her and she's just like, yeah, I wish I was a size 6, guys. Thanks.
Real.
It's just so funny. All right. So, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say about this movie. It's just great for what it is. It really gives you a big, like, still shot of what 2004 was like.
Well, it reminds me of the Project Runway reality TV show.
Oh, yeah.
God bless Tim Gunn and Heidi Klum.
Tim Gunn is just an amazing human being.
Oh,
Just
God
very
bless him.
kind and very sweet. Like I saw a little interview thing with him and he talks about Runway and he's like, I did not want this to be a catty show. I wanted everyone to feel like inspired and like for them to improve. And that was really a big thing. And producers were like, we need to have it this way. And he was not, he's like, well, then I'm going to walk. And that is why you see him the way he is, how he's always so like generous and kind to all the designers. That's why it's a really, really different show than the next model, America's next American Model or whatever that's called.
Have you read his book?
No, but he.
It is so beautiful. It's from his heart, and he even
tell.
includes his personal stories. And oh my God, you should read it.
I can tell, like he's just a really, really beautiful human, and
If I
who
ever
he
met
is.
him, I'd be happy. If I ever met him, I'd be freaking in the orbits.
But that's really just like with this movie, and it's also you could take a look at Miranda and how like her whole like characterization of everything, and I mean it's really interesting. Like I don't know, there's a lot there, but also it's just such a great movie of like how it shows like the standards and people, and like also how women are looked at in the industry, and how men are looked at in the industry, and all of those things. So just a great show, a great movie.
It shows like she's scared to be vulnerable because then that's all people will see her as, and it's like, because I'm sure she's very kind, but she loses her family, so it's like her work is her family, her work is her life, because her real life kind of sucks because she loses husband after husband, and her girls are growing up, and it's like, oh my God, she feels so alone.
Yeah. Anyways, we should probably get going, but it was wonderful seeing you
Yes,
guys
it
and
was
having a
lovely
wonderful
seeing you,
time.
Aubrey. I will be in touch about the thing.
I sent you an email. All right,
And
everyone.
I have
Real quick,
ideas. But
our
anyway,
next
yes, lovely
read.
to entertain all of you people. We are actively working actors, by the way. So if you want to cast us in anything, do.
And our next read will be July 1st, and it will be a
Yes.
Star Trek script, probably past tense.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Characters.
Yes.
It is
I
a
love that one.
two-parter, so we'll have to figure out when we're going to do the second half of it. But it is a television episode, so we'll get the first half done in one.
It's one of my
I
favorite
called
episodes.
Julian.
So I'll put that posting up soon.
Yes.
But you guys were great. So glad you guys can read with us tonight, and it was so much fun.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to read
Everybody
for
was
you and
so
read with all this group. It's lovely.
sweet,
Yeah.
so sweet.
It's so
Yeah.
fun.
So much fun.
It was
Like
so
there's a
fun.
spirit. There's a lovely spirit here.
I miss Simon though. I'm Simon wherever you are. I miss
Simon,
you,
we
buddy.
love
Sad,
you.
Simon.
It's like
Yes, we love
different without
Simon.
you.
You are great, Simon. We love
Yeah.
Simon. We love you.
All right, I'm gonna go, guys. See ya.
Bye,
Bye.
Aubrey.
Bye bye.
Night.
Bye.
Same to I need to go now because my mom is calling me for our noon lunch.
Noon
It
lunch,
is
yes.
11 a.m. for 11 for a.m. in the Philippines now. I need to go now.
Oh, cool. I
Bye.
know people
Bye-bye.
from my area who are living in the Philippines right now for humanitarian work.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. I know.
Cool.
Take
That's
care.
good. Bye.
We'll see you in July.
See you
Bye.
in July. Yes. Bye.
Good night.
Thanks for
Good
having
morning.
me this day.
Heather, I'm sorry, I didn't grab your Instagram that
Oh,
you
yes.
posted in
I
the chat
can
box.
just give you my email and you can email for that if you'd like.
Okay,
Would that be easier?
sure.
Yeah, because I
Whichever.
have an idea for you as well. I just have to think about it. And
Okay.
if you like intense work, I've got intense. It's intense. I've been wanting to do it for 2 years now, but life is freaking short, and we're just gonna do it and go crazy with it.
Well, we're
Yay.
looking forward to when you get your script done so we can actually read it.
It's almost done, I swear. But now with my job change, I'm definitely gonna throw energy into it.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Well, it's great to see you all.
Yep.
You
It's
too.
like this. It's the length of Dead Poet Society, so we will definitely have energy for it.
Cool. All right. Well, I was going to end this
Anyway,
meeting so
love
we
you
can
all.
go and
Love you
have dinner or
too.
whatever. So, see
Yes,
you
go
all in a
eat.
few weeks. All right.
Take care of yourselves.
Good night.
Good night. Did you get my email?
Yes, I got
Okay,
your email.
Okay. Take care.
You too. Bye, everybody.